Hi, thanks for joining me, Lady of Lady and the Frogs, surrounded by my stuffed frogs in my little world. Okay, I'm going to try and sort my life out. I think it's important, although it's not really happening for me. I'll show you the sales that I've had as an eBay reseller, and then talk about what I'm going to do in the next month or so, because obviously let's be realistic, you have one good day and then it all sort of flies out of the window. I had a really good sales day on Friday, when my figures say that I had about £175 worth of stuff that sold. I did go and get my hair cut on Saturday morning, so I went and posted them. It was only 8 things, but I'd sold some things as well in the morning, so it was telling me that I'd done £175 on Friday. So all of that was posted. Because usually if I have more than like 3 or 4, I go and do a post run on Saturday morning. And I just don't want to be turning up with like hundreds of parcels on a Monday morning, because that's when people start getting annoyed at post offices. But anyway, my weekend of sales has been really rubbish, and the only stuff that I've sold is junk that I'm trying to get rid of, which is a good thing because I do want to get rid of junk. But my goodness, this is terrible. I think this is the only thing that I sold on Saturday. It is a Lego set which came with a job lot of other stuff which I'd got, which was annoying because I bought a whole load of these sets. The guy said they were incomplete, which is fine because I've been able to make complete sets out of all of them, but the twit had written on all of the instructions that were with them, so that was irritating. I have accepted £10 for this because I think that was, feasible. So I will be breaking this up before I post it, because things get broken in the post. Although it's like, hopefully I'll be able to send it small parcels once I break it up. There's nothing like seriously big in there. The only problem that I have is the wheel arches are quite, wide in themselves. But I'll probably put it in one of the envelopes I have. But you see, it's £10 with postage. But I don't really think that they sell for that much. And then this is something. So although I've sold both the Jaeger, I've got the moves like Jaeger. I picked up 2 Jaeger pieces, vintage, that were both linen. So obviously it's like linen season. But I haven't really got that much for either of them. I think I got £15 for the trousers. No, £17.99 for the trousers, and I've just had good feedback. And then this I put on auction because I've got a Laura Ashley vintage one very similar to this, which has been kicking around since the dawn of time. So Laura Ashley and Jaeger vintage stuff just isn't for me. I just thought it would sell. I think I paid £4 for this, so selling it for £9.99 is a complete waste of time. Really, it wasn't a complete waste of time. I can show you a complete waste of time, which is this. This is French Connection. I don't want anything to do with French Connection anymore. I've seen this dress again, and it gave me palpitations in the charity shop, even though I didn't buy it again. I mean, I sort of looked at it, but I remembered that I've had this sitting round. Now this one, I swear that I've had this for 2 years. I think this is one of my test items, because I was like, well, French Connection's great, isn't it? Well, yeah, I've had a few like French Connection things, and in the 90s, yes, they were great, but this dress has been kicking around for ages. I think I paid £3 for it, and I've sold it for 2. So that is not business. That is how to screw yourself. I think I've charged them £4 postage. So if I can, do a tricksy on this, and hopefully, so I won't be able to put it in the standard large letter things, but I think if I just fold it like that, it's got a bloody zip all the way down the back, which doesn't help. keeping it flat. So I think I can possibly get it large letter. We will see. We will see. I need to get it large letter. But I also need to get it gone, which is why I accepted £2. It was an offer for £2, even though it was on auction for like, well, the starting bid was £2.99 because I was fed up with it. But I don't care. I don't want to. I do need to do a clear out, which is one of the things I'll be talking about in a minute, because I feel like I'm failing at life. This, probably another fail. Some people seem to be getting a lot of money for this. I don't even know what it is. Probably somebody's cousin who was in ABBA or something. Don't know. Looked like it might be a cracking idea. It wasn't. I have accepted £12 for that. And then this is probably the best sale that I've got here, which is Lacoste. And somebody offered me £17 on it, and I accepted. And I think I've gone and listed it as 2XL, which I hope is right. It's a size 44. And it is just a cotton shirt, and it's Lacoste. And you'd think that Lacoste would sell better. It is genuine, and who the hell knows. So there we go. Not good. But I don't know. I think I was in a bit of a casual mode last week. I was only doing the bare minimum, and we were away for a couple of days. Well, my husband was off because he came down with me to see my parents, and then we were both sort of in casual mode. So I haven't done that much last week. And I know I haven't listed much. I'm sorry, Stephen. Can't see me through the clothes. I don't want to be near loads of second-hand pissing clothes. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I need to sort my life out. I know that I'm like this teenager sitting here with stuffed animals, but I don't know. I need to get back into doing workouts, but I'm not one of those people who's going to be doing it first thing, and it's just coming up to 9 o'clock. But I'm never going to be one of those people who starts doing a workout first thing, because my asthma is always worse the first thing. But I think I feel like I'm in danger of creeping up to the 12 stone mark, and that I'm not having any of that. And I know I need to do something. I'm not going to be doing much sourcing this month, because I don't like sourcing when the kids are on their stupidity break, although they have stupidity breaks all the time. I just don't like how things are, and I have too much stuff to do. So I would rather take advantage of the fact that there's lots of parents with child hostages, so they will buy Lego and other things. So I'm going to be doing that. I need to sort my house out. It's an apartment. If you can't get control of a small apartment, what hope is there for you? And I started doing a 30-day decluttering challenge, I think in June. And I think I got to 3 days, and I was filming it to do a video, and then it sort of fell by the wayside. So I need to get that back on track, because I watched an episode of Hoarders last night, and I feel like I'm, borderline going that way. So I probably will still go sourcing. I probably will still go to my regular place and have a little look, probably just once a week, if that. And I probably will, just because it's nice to go out sometimes. I just don't want to make a big thing of it, and I want to try and get through the backlog of stock that I've got. And another thing is, I don't want to spend, I want to make some money. I need to do my accounts properly, because I was so close to getting them sorted, and then I ended up doing something else and sort of like tidied it all away and didn't do that. One of the things that I was speaking to, obviously family members, but one of my family members they both run a business, but one of them was saying, the only way to do it is to get into a habit. So unless I create the habit where I have a day a week where I do my accounts, I'm going to keep getting into this palaver with it, you know, and then if I keep leaving it, I'll get to the point where you can't download the reports that you need and stuff like that. So I need to get into a good habit. But the first thing I do need to do is tidy up all this stuff in here. Well, actually, the first thing I need to do is do this post. So I'm going to do this post and then update you in a minute. Yeah, get those second-hand clothes away. Ugh. You were second-hand. What are you moaning about? I got you in a car boot sale. Don't tell the people that. Okay, I'm going to try and get this failure into large letter size. So obviously this is the Lego set that I've got, which I've got into large letter. So I could just fold it up and stick it in one of these, actually. This is the absolute limit. These are for what is large letter. They have checked them before when I've gone to the post office. So those are the ones that you buy from eBay. So these are the absolute dimensions, 35 and 24, is it? It tells me on here. It is actually 25 centimetres, but that's the limit of it. I'll have to tape that up anyway because they ping open. I've seen somebody who they'd had some cards from Thoughtful and they hadn't taped it up at all, but these things, they ping open all the time and they unfold. So I tape all the edges on them. So if other companies aren't as intelligent enough to realise that's what they need to do. So a normal large letter would, you know, in regards to clothing, would be something like this, which you can just easily fold like that and then just slot it in to one of these, which is the size I generally like to use for large letter, because I think that is reasonable. And obviously it passes through easily, which is the remit with this. It has to pass through easily. I've got another one there, so what we're going to try and do is do the same for this dress that I've done with this Lacoste shirt, which this Lacoste shirt would have slightly puffed out if I tried to put it in one of the smaller ones, but it does go in and it is the right width. So I'm hoping I can do the same thing, and A, show you guys, and B, shave a bit off my postage and my lost profit. Oh, mustn't mention then, because it's anything racy there. I mean, what the guy in the lost profits does, make your eyes water. So this should be 35. It's just a little bit shy of it. So I'll probably tuck that one. No, I'll leave it where it is. So it's not the best. I'm just going to pull that out a bit because, yeah, that's supposed to be 25. So I think that's going to be okay. This may or may not work. I've tried to do this before in the past and it's just like, you're not having any of it. That's too wide. I've made it too wide by pulling it out. Made it too wide. Made it too wide. It's this zip is a bit bendy here. The zip might be the thing which is going to stop it going through the gap. Okay, smooth, all air out. If air is still in, use sizable arse or knees to remove any air. Right, this one's working. And then my sellotape has not been happy about the heat wave. But all my sellotape was all wrinkled and I couldn't find the ends on most of it. Couldn't find the ends. Right, so there we are. I think you will agree that looks pretty okay. So it is just on, well, it's bang on 35 and it's 24 centimetres. So this will now pass freely through here. Right, so I've done it. I've done what I was hoping for. Let's just write French connection on there so we don't screw it up later. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's definitely a passing through comfortably side. So I've won on that one, and then just this raggedy top that I've got to post, and that's it. I won't show you, I'm not going to show you putting the labels on, because I like to, I like to run through everything on my phone, which I'm filming on. So I like to run through everything on my phone so that I can check that the addresses are correct, because sometimes things happen and it misses bits of the address off. So I like to hand write them on because I just want to alleviate any problems. So I'm going to get these off in the post and I'll see you in a mo. Oh, hello. Oh, right. My mission for the rest of the day is to work through this pile of clothing, which has been sat there for ages. It's going to start, some of the stuff's going to become as beige as the floor if I don't deal with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I haven't had enough things going live recently. I've been doing about 5 a day and it's not good enough. Things that I did yesterday. Now these Wasgige, that's how it's pronounced. I've never picked up one of these before. We went back to the charity shop on Saturday because my husband needed to go to the place next door, and I knew that they had this, but I hadn't been asked to pick it up because I didn't want to carry that on top of everything else. And I also picked up the other vintage jigsaw that said it didn't have any pieces missing. But I've had a random thing happen. When I'd done my post, this, although it's been sat there, one of the pieces for it was in the middle of the room, even though it hasn't been over there. And I did the Australian one yesterday. It was like totally random. It was the Tipperary, this one, totally random. So Tipperary piece was just sat in the middle of the room. So there's about 15 or 16 of these, and then when I opened the box up, that piece was sat on top, which is the exact piece that it fits into. So I don't know if it's a sign that I need to find out where my home is or something, or I need to go to Tipperary. But anyway, these two jigsaws I haven't done, but I'm going to be doing them in due course. Now these Wasgige. When I first got this, I just thought, oh, that's a great picture. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. And then I've never picked one up before, and then it turns out the picture on the box is not the picture on the puzzle. It is just a clue. So I had no idea that that's what these jigsaws entailed. Not that it's like a problem. So I did cheat and I did look online, and I'm probably going to do a separate video of this because it will probably help somebody else. And it says, have you got eyes in the back of your head? So they have various things that they do with these, but this one is the mirror image of what you can see in the picture. So the image is actually a lorry behind this Morris Minor, And then you can see the bicycle, and you can see this guy here and all his animals. This one's called Sunday Drivers. So there you go. And it does have sort of like clues on the back. Yeah, so I should have looked at that, because that is a clue. I don't know what that's supposed to be a clue of. Anyway, I've done it, and here it is. I'll show you now. Okay, this is the jigsaw. So this is the actual image. So this is what it was on the box, and this is what it actually is. So I think I'm going to do another one of these, but I won't cheat this time. I'll actually do it blind, and I'll do a video of it, of me driving myself bonkers. It wasn't that difficult. I mean, obviously it's heavily detailed, so it's not difficult to complete, and it was fun. So I'll definitely do them again. So like I say, I've got another one of those jig maps there, and I've got another one here which I've done, which you can't see because, you know, all this rain that we're having that was forecast this week, we haven't had any of it in Manchester. Okay, drawing the curtains so that we can see ish. Right, so this is another thing that I'm going to photograph today. These are from the 60s. You can tell that it's from the 60s because Sydney Opera House doesn't exist in this jigsaw, but all the cliches in the world do. So if you live in Northern Australia, you have to walk around with a boomerang or a spear in your hand. That's generally what it is. This geezer, he's got a spear. He's got a spear. These lot are harvesting with a scythe. You got the flying doctor, flag, various animals, but for some reason Ayers Rock isn't in there. So that must also, like Sydney Opera House, the Sydney Opera House would be here next to this bridge, not a bunch of grapes. So Ayers Rock obviously predates, you know, when this jigsaw was made. I don't know, well, it's whatever it is. And then we've got Tasmania here, which for some reason isn't part of it. So you've just got to sort of like float it around here, and it could float off and go, I don't want to be part of Australia anymore. But anyway, it's complete, and I'm going to list it. Not sure how much. I mean, it's so cliched. You know, it's so outdated. I would be really surprised if people from Australia would actually want to buy it. I mean, God help me, I've got to do the Irish one next. I wonder what that one is. I'm rewatching EastEnders at the moment, and we're a bit confused with the plot because it's from 1997 that they're showing at the moment on Drama, and they won't show the episodes that were filmed in Ireland because obviously it was filmed around the time of the peace process, and apparently it was every cliche that the problem that they had at the time about being Irish, being drunk, the rest of it. So half the plot we don't understand. So anyway, that's getting photographed today. It'll probably be about, I don't know, I might put it on for the 30 mark. You don't know. I've put the other one that I did, which was of South America, on for 35 because various people have actually sold it. So my next quest are these cereal things, which I've checked, and there is no, I thought you couldn't sell these anymore on eBay, but apparently as long as they're physical vouchers and they're not going to expire anytime soon, but these are June 2022, so might arrive in the post in time. I'm going to put them on because they were free. I have to have some out of the bin. So this load of Lego that you can see here, which I sort of sorted through, this is the £5 Lego that I picked up. I mean, obviously I've got absolutely piles of Lego everywhere. but I'm going to do this first. So everything that's sort of like sundry pieces, and everything in there should be that Grand Hotel. So I'm hoping that that goes well. And then that all appears to be there. That one doesn't have the instructions, but that I haven't got the crab. I remember I haven't got the crab. All that bit goes with it. Of course that bit goes with it. Put that in there. It was a cursory sort that I did yesterday. Most of that is in there, which is obviously an aeroplane. And then to my surprise, I have, for this £5 outlay, I have actually got 9 sets in here. So this one is for 1000. It's just a little set. I've got that one, and then that one, which is another Friends one, and then that one, which is another Friends themed one with a turtle. So that and a clamshell. Oh mate, I need to just go through these. Turtle Oasis. I'll probably put them together, all together as a job lot, because I've got some other Friends, just sort of like minor mini sets that don't really fetch that much. So I'm going to job lot them all, and obviously pronto because summer holidays. Then this one is all here. I say all here. It's a signpost, but I think I have that signpost in my spares. This one, which I'll have as long as I've got all the pieces for this sort of like middle section here, which has like carrots and things in it. And I think there's an apple as well. I've done this one already previously, so I know that I've pretty much got all of that stuff there, and it's an easy list because I've already got the template. And then I've got this ambulance, which is pretty cool. I've checked the minifigures and they're all present and correct. And it also has this thing here with a bicycle and a crash helmet, which didn't work out very well because this guy is the patient, and there's a bin, and I don't know, so he's supposed to stage an accident with him crashing into the bin on his bicycle because these were misleading, and you know, you didn't know if it was red or green. So there we go. I'm probably not going to dismantle it. I'm going to have a cursory look with the inventory and whatever I've got with it. It has got you see, I've got a fair amount of ambulances, but the things that I'm always missing, geez, are these. I'm always missing the stretcher, or the bits that go on the bottom of the stretcher. The old version, this is obviously the newer version, the old version of this. So it's obviously like a prime thing that breaks, because they've now suggested that you just have one of these wheel things without a wheel actually attached for the stretcher. But it used to be, before, it used to have like a little clip thing on it. I don't know if I've got any to hand. I know I've got some because I had loads of sets which needed them, but it's obviously like an area where the kids like to chew on or rip off and damage. So they've obviously changed that because it's a choking hazard issue. So there you go. And then this guy's carrying his defibrillators. Yeah, so quite happy with that. I think this is only, I think he's a 15 to 20 quid set, that. So pretty good going. So this is what I'm going to work on after I've done my listing, because after I've listed that, because I really want to sort this room out, because it's carnage. It's absolute carnage in there, and I'm not happy with it. And then I've got to move on to this. I've spent a lot of money on this job lot, and although I don't think that there's enough Lego in there for what they're saying is in there, I've got some really nice stuff. These are almost brand new. these are brochures, but there's loads of these instruction manuals here, and I mean, they smell new and they're not folded, and it's a really good little set that I've got here with these random people. So, and obviously base plates. I've got a lot to get on with, hence why sourcing ban will be... I'll try and implement a sourcing ban while I work through all this. Well, she's still listing, so I've had enough. I'm going to play Lego on my own. But I don't know. Oh, this truck looks good. This truck looks good. I was going to do this. It looks a bit girly, to be honest. But I don't know. Never mind. It is girly. But it is an aeroplane. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Oops. Car accident. See you tomorrow then. Thanks for watching.